Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's the Top Delinquent, Chapter 29, and this one is titled Worlds Collide. Against every fibre of your being, you reached out and placed your hand on top of his, tenderly caressing the hand that was resting on the pillow beside you. His hands were large and softer than you thought they'd be, and you moved your head back a bit so you could look at his fingernails. What a nerd, he even takes care of his cuticles. You chuckled internally, silently jealous that his fingers were more manicured than yours had ever been in your entire life. You looked at your fingernails that were sitting atop of his and grimaced. His whole hand has called mine ugly, you thought as your mind started to wander off and your eyes slowly dropped lower. The next thing you felt when you woke the next was something heavy across your back, and you raised your head sleepily to try and work out what it was, and you squinted and turned your head over your shoulder to look. As your eyes focused, you saw Iida still fast asleep beside you, with his injured arm across your back as you lay on your stomach. Oh God, you grimaced internally as you tried to move, and your whole back cramped. This is how I die, isn't it? You looked at Iida's sleeping peacefully, and tried to move again, gently, but couldn't, so just lay your head back down and sighed. No sooner had the soft sigh left your mouth, you felt Iida stir, and you shot your head up again. Groggily he pulled a face with his eyes still shut, and then opened them slowly, eyelids fluttering a little as his gaze fell on you. Oh crap, you gasped softly. Yin, he rasped, trying to move away immediately to create some distance once he saw how close you two were. Yo, don't move, you barked as he frantically shuffled back. What are we doing in the same bed? He stammered, still wriggling backwards. Stop moving back, you snapped with fear. You're gonna fall off the bed. Hey, stop! You reached a hand out to grab his good arm, but that only scared him even more, and he reversed faster, teetering on the edge of the bed as you reached out with your other hand and grabbed his shirt, his body weight dragging you across the bed as he fell backwards off it. You grunted as you landed on top of him on the floor. I apologise, he stammered, freezing under you as you pushed off him, hands either side of his head as you stared down into his intense blue eyes. Dumbass, your arm, you scolded him, sitting back and inadvertently sitting down on something that was bulging up under you. You jumped forwards with fright and sucked air in with horror as you realised what it was you just sat down on. You lurched forwards, and as he tried to sit up, you connected, and the two of you fell back again, with you on top, but this time his face was sandwiched between your breasts. Iida! You screeched as you rolled off him, kneeing his arm in the process. He let out a hiss of pain as you rolled away, and you quickly got up on hands and knees and crawled back over to him. I'm sorry, you okay? I'm sorry. It's quite alright. I'm sorry. I don't even say it, you growled. Iida blushed and cleared his throat, sitting up and looking around. How did we get here? He asked in a daze. Do you want it paraphrased? You deadpanned. Cheese, broken arm, doctor, high as a kite, talking in tongues, bed. Iida stared at you for a moment, absolutely bewildered. My apologies, I've no idea what any of that means, he said in a monotoned, confused voice. Well, it didn't make sense at the time either. The main thing is we need to get your arm seen to, you said straightforwardly. Wait, what day is it? Iida thought for a moment, and then his eyes shot up and met yours. Court day. Court day? Yes, Yin. Today? Yes. But we don't need to go. I have organised that you need not attend due to sustained trauma from the events, Iida said professionally. The sudden clenching in your heart subsided, and overwhelmed with relief you threw yourself into his arms and hugged him tight. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much that means to me, you added as you looked up at him, your lips suddenly touching his as he had his head craned down towards yours. You quickly let go of him and sat back as your heart thumped in your chest. Stunned look matched his stunned looks as you both sat there and stared at each other and held a hand to your lips. Sorry, you mumbled. I didn't think we were that close. I know we're hugging, but quite all right, Iida replied as he looked away bashfully. Ian, I must confess, so that's where you two got to, a sprightly voice called from the door as it swung open. We couldn't find either of you, Tensy added cheekily as he stepped into the room, followed by 2 waitstaff and a butler. Tenya, the lawyer needs you on Zoom to proceed with the court hearing, he said. Yin, we're here to make sure that you are relaxed as possible while your knight in shining armour kicks some lowlifes in the pocket. Would, prefer for it to have been said in a more eloquent manner, Iida said stiffly to Tensy as he got up off the floor and offered you his good hand to help you up as well. No need for formalities and pleasantries when I'm in my own home, Tensy said with a sly grin. The guy's going to get what he deserves. Do excuse me, Yin. Iida said as he bowed to you politely. I must attend this meeting. I'll be with you as soon as I've finished. Go do your thing, Iida, he said with a smile. May the cheese be with you. So you must have been the one who took a solitary bite out of the Roquefort cheese, then, the butler said with a scowl on his face. Tensi held up a hand to him and shook his head. Don't make a fuss, Walter. I can fly across and get more this afternoon. Oh, yes, of course. Fly across and just pick up some cheese. Yep, normal. You thought as you just stared at these alien rich people. That would be much appreciated, as we are holding a feast tonight in honour of young Iida winning his first case in favour of Miss Lynn, Walter said with a smile. Do I have to dress up and shit? You deadpanned. All eyes were on you in an instant. And there is the end of chapter 29. Stay tuned for chapter 30 coming tomorrow.